This playthrough is rated E for everyone.
It's time for the Princess Power Hour. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Breath of Fire. In the last episode, well, Ryu made his way, saved the world from a quake machine, and continued to Windland. But unfortunately, to leave, he must meet the king, and the king is deathly ill. So now we must play as Nina to, well, save the king, and hopefully Ryu can go on his journey. But before we head on, I want to drop some equipment, store anything that's not the E key out of my inventory. Yeah, he's gonna give me hugs and kisses. Let me move that to the front there. That way it'll be the first item in my inventory for use. So, nothing too difficult there. But, yeah, how's Nina gonna find all this stuff? I mean, you've seen her stats. She's not really the strongest character in the game. Well, maybe she'll do it with the pluck. You know, maybe she'll girl boss her way through it. God, I hope not. But anyway, let's go on through the cave here to... Who's there? What the? Guards. They're gonna stop me from going to save the king, huh? We heard what's going on. You can't make it on your own. What? How dare you tell me I can't make it on my own? We won't let you go through unless you go along, okay? No. You're wise not to go. We won't let you through unless you go along, okay? What? Okay. But thou must. Yeah, we have to. The soldiers join the party. I mean, I like the water drip, but it kind of ruins the moment there. But anyway, in our party, we get Soldier A and Soldier B join the group. Okay. But anyway, let me move these guys around a little bit. So Soldier 2, we want to put in the front. Oops, wrong button. I'm going to put him in the front, and then we want to adjust some people, put him in the back. Now, as far as I'm aware of in this game, there's really negligible difference between putting someone in the front and back in terms of damage and defense. So you can put anyone however you want. However, people in the front tend to be targeted more often. So this is a way for us to give ourselves a tank while we're running around. And Soldier 2 has the highest, I believe, HP and defense out of all of them. So we want him to be the tank. So as you can see, they're got decent stats, level 8. They got the pole, suede gear. And then guy number 2 has the same gear, but just lesser stats. And then obviously you got Nina here, so. Alright, let's go through the cavern. Oh, we got a guarded entourage. Well, whew, I wasn't sure how long we'd be able to get through this with just Nina alone. Not that she doesn't have the pluck, but she doesn't really have the muscle, you know. I mean, I'm sorry to say, you just don't have it. Actually, I think I want to go down first. Grab the treasure. But, yeah, she doesn't have the muscle for that, so, I mean, she's a good healer. But anyway, we got new enemies here. However, what we want to do is we just want to, just have Nina use E key every turn. Unfortunately, Nina needs some levels to, I guess we're not high enough level yet, but, soon we will be. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we got a nerve. Nice. Yeah, now why does she have the E key and Ryu's inventory? Anyway, take a cure there. Nice. I just assumed it's because we talked to him. And we just robbed him blind. That's the explanation I'm going to give, so... Actually, we could just probably have them defend. Since, like I said, higher chance... I mean, they might still attack other characters outside of Nina, but... And yeah, the battles will go by pretty quickly with the E key, and like I said, we won't take a ton of damage. There we go, Suede. Trying to remember the actual name of it, but it's a armor for Suede nightgown? No, that can't be nightgown. Well, anyway, it's a lot better than the dress. How's the dress so heavy? I don't know. I really don't know. But either way, it's better for Nina, so let's grab this chest, get some money. Awesome. It's weird. What type of dress is it? Is it like a dress inlaid with gold or something like that? Maybe. I don't know. That's the thing I'm going to assume. Yeah, and Nina's act is severely increased with the GN equip, so. Good night? I don't know. We can only assume. Yeah, this... Oh, we get the iron ore. Now, this is actually a plot-relevant item you need to grab. So hopefully you grab it. Otherwise, you'll have to come back here in this cave later. Kind of a real punk move. The game does that quite often where it's like, it's one of the sequence triggers to the next section, so we want to grab it now. Yeah, because the fights don't take too long, I don't feel the need to edit all of them out. Mainly because, there you go, 70 GP there, because of just how long it takes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the game that there is a mechanic to the game where you actually get bonus experience if you can finish a battle in a single turn. That's why some of my numbers seemed off at times when I said they had so much experience, but I get more. It's because I believe it's 10% extra experience if you finish it for the first turn, and then it's diminishing there afterwards. So if you can defeat a battle really quickly, there is some major benefit to it. But nothing huge, because like later on we might not be able to finish certain battles in one turn. But for the beginning of the game, when we're trying to get those levels, as well as, for example, Nina getting some buffs, you know, this will help out quite a bit. But yeah, most of the enemies in here we've all fought before, so nothing new in that retrospect. So nothing I have to really worry about. I guess really the only length of the battle is just having to go through the defensive stat on these guys for Soldier 2, since he's a little bit faster than Nina is. But yeah, anyway, take an herb here. I'm trying to remember. I think we only get a handful of like guest characters like this over the course of the game, if I remember. So I always liked when games had stuff like that, where you know you'd have temporary characters. You know, just kind of placated that there's, at least until you get the permanent party near the halfway point of the game or whatever. I kind of wish more games did temporary party members for just interesting gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, where you have to do different challenges in a dungeon because you're like, oh, you don't have the main party, you have this guy or something like that, and you have to work around that. Kind of like in Final Fantasy IV. Oh, we get herb in that chest. Like Final Fantasy IV, when we have to go through the Dark Elf Cave for those who haven't played the game, spoilers, for the Cave of Magnets, where you have to not equip metal stuff during the dungeon, and you have some of the weakest character composition in the game comparatively to everything else. So that's why I remember that dungeon, because of that. But most RPGs at the time just said, everyone the same thing. It has a different aesthetic, but that's all there is to it. You know, nothing really changes. So we just fight a boss and head on out. Not that I don't like those games that had those situations. It's just too many of them did basically the same thing over and over and over again. Anyway, we get a bolt stone here, so we can use that later on if we want to. But, alright, we're almost out of here. Yeah, I said with the power of a E key, we cannot be defeated. Alright, let's continue on. Should be out of here really soon. Not quite yet. More of you fools, and we'll take you. I'll knock you all down, as Garland would say. Not as getting many herb drops as I like, but not that I need the herb drops, because we got Nina with her cure spell. Still. Anyway, let's grab this. We take a cold stone, which is a item that does a cold attack that does, I believe, 50 damage? I'll have to double check on that. So, anyway, we're done with this dungeon. Ah. Well, halfway there. Anyway, we head ourselves into the town of Romero. I assume it's George Romero because of the whole well, you'll see in a second what they mentioned, but yeah, I assume it's Ted Woolsey's translation for George Romero for Night of the Living Dead. Mr. Romero, Karma is west of here and Agua's north. Ah, cool. The girls of the village have gone. Were they tired of country life? I've heard that's happened in a lot of villages or small towns, that a lot of the young people would leave, and it would slowly cause the decline of, like, you know, random towns just out in the middle of nowhere. The wizard used a potion to turn the dead into zombies. Yeah, that's why it's called Romero. Also, I guess the reason this town is backwards because it's like podunked or whatever. The girls disappeared after the wizard began using his potion. Wizard used the potion. All right, Gauntlet. My girlfriend's gone. Think she met someone else? Yeah, dude. Sorry, you've been kind of, you know, Karma is full of monsters. It's spooky, scary. Girls are gone and they're dead or roaming around the village. Where's the zombies? Is that nighttime? Maybe we should come back during nighttime and see. Why is this hole here? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh. Surprised we don't hurt ourselves when we fall. Well, you know what they say about main characters. They can survive falls of infinite height. Absolutely. We live here secretly. There are quite a few of us. Oh. Well, I mean, are you hiding from the zombies? What a mess. These jars are out of order and the map is missing. Map? Yeah, we got a locked door there. But how do we open it? There's no item that exists in the game that can get it. Or is there? Anyway, let's push these jars here. Over here! Yeah. And if we move this and check under it, we get the map. I found the map. On the map. On the map. On the map! Yeah, for whatever reason, you can only move the jars once. I don't know why. Are they like the heaviest jars in the world? But anyway, with the map, if you press the start button, yeah, we can see a map of the world. Neat. Yeah, if you press the button, you can extend it right there. I hardly ever use the map because I know where I'm going, but still cool. Alright, let's check the rest of the buildings. And there are a couple of items here. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually go into the end because there is an item in here, so. People are sleeping, huh? Wake up! There's gotta be a little bit of shake-up. Anyway, if we open up here, we get a luck potion, which raises our luck stat for possible crits and other such things. I don't know, I'm not, as far as I'm aware of, it doesn't affect item drops, but. Oh yeah. But the zombies only move at night. They sleep in dark places during the day. Maybe if we came during the night, we could find them. Everyone in the village calls me Grandma. Well, hi, Grandma. You don't look like a grandma. When I first saw the old lady character, it looked like it was some dragon creature with like a big nose. Nowadays, now you can see the white hair on the sides is actually hair. But for some reason, I always thought this character was supposed to be some type of like demi-human when I first played the game because it looked like a snout on top of her face. You know? Am I the only one who sees that? No? Anyway, this is the item shop. As far as I'm aware, she just has everything that you could get here. Yeah, same stuff. Herb, antidotes, acorns, you know, but you can get 9 bulks of them if you need to. I don't know if I've ever had to buy a 9 bulk of anything in the game. The color of the ground is changing. It must be because of the potion. Man, this one is some nasty potion. Not a spell, but a potion. Man, strongest potion ever, man. Now let's check and see what's in here. Ooh, nothing! Or is there? Well, here we get a chest, which is a protein bar. What that does is if you use it in battle, it gives 50 to your attack stat. So perfect for boss fights. So you want to save that for a convenient moment. Man, protein. Hopefully this protein bar doesn't have a ton of sugar or additives in it. Hopefully it's cool and clean. Like myself. No. Well, maybe. I don't know. Most protein bars, they just throw it. They say it's good for you, and then they throw all this crap in it. It's crazy. Read your labels, viewers. Still sleeping. Huh. Yeah, too bad we can't wake him up. Oh, well, let's go in here. Alright, we do want to buy something, actually. So, alright, let's go and sell the... let's sell the dress. Since we don't need that anymore. Sells for 500. Awesome. And then we want to buy a gown for Nina there. It'll give her a bit more of a boost stat and everything like that. Yeah, we'll pay for that. Thank you. Alright, then we want to buy a bronze helm for Ryu eventually, but I don't have the money. Do I want to go and sell that cure? I could sell that cure that sells for 1,000. Yeah, we don't need it at this point, so we can sell it. So, buy a bronze helmet for Ryu down the line. Spoilers, Ryu's going to come back at the party at some point. Surprise, surprise. Alright. Oh, the thing about the gown, the game doesn't tell you this. From what I understand, people talk about this on GameFAQs and stuff like that, but the gown, apparently if you put Nina in the lead, it severely increases your encounter rate while she's in the lead. But she has to be the front line for that to, like, the first party member, like, to do that. Wink, wink. But if she's not in the front, then that doesn't occur. So just don't put her in the front if you don't want tons of combat. So, but anyway, I want to see if I can wait for nighttime here. Maybe show off the zombies. Although we do have to come back here eventually, but I don't know how long it'll take for nighttime to occur in this case, so. So I don't know if I want to actually show it off, because I wanted to show you what it actually looks like. Maybe I'll cut to when nighttime occurs just to show off what the town's like. Yeah, give me a second. I'll be right back after I wait for nighttime to fall. Okay, we're at night here, so. Yeah, it looks like, oh, we never met this guy before. I'm back from my eternal sleep. I missed my wife. Oh, well, they don't look like zombies. They look just like regular people. Then you should have been around more often when you were alive. Huh. Weird. Ever since I returned from the dead, I felt weak and faint. I wonder if that's normal. Ever since I returned from the... Okay. I guess they all say that, so... I know there was some different dialogue with some of the characters. The remedy brought me back to life. I haven't eaten, but I feel fine. Hopefully you don't feel hungry, because that is a scary prospect. Let's see, I'm trying to remember anyone else who actually has dialogue outside the... Yeah, the sad thing is the zombies don't have slight discoloration or look different, so you're like, okay, they're zombies, I guess. If they didn't tell me they were zombies, I wouldn't know it. Is that the danger of it? I think that was the same as before. Okay, yeah, they all have the same dialogue, so... At least these folks do, anyway. I thought some of them had extra dialogue if you come by at night. Guess not. Other than the ones that are coming back from the dead. Well, I still wanted to show off that there is extra dialogue if you do it at night, so... Yeah, potion. What, oh, the zombies only move at night. They sleep in dark places during the day. Dark, spooky places, like crypts and stuff? Oh yeah, that's the guy who met his... But anyway, alright, let's get out of here. Alright, let's head on to the, to that wizard. This guy causing people to come back. Wait, he said the remedy brought him back. Do we want to have the remedy? Anyway, let's keep on going. Yeah, you just have to wait a bit of time to go in. But anyway, we head into the Karma Forest, as that one guy was talking about here, so... Ooh. Scary. Oh, right. There's a chest here. Yeah, that's how they get you. Anyway, the strength potion. We'll save those for Ryu. Yeah, there's quite a few treasures in here that you can't actually find behind trees. That's how they trick you. And you can't tell they're there. That's a real jerk move. But anyway, we got a new enemy here. Spiders. A legion of spiders. So, or at least I believe it's just called spider. Yeah, let's have them attack the spider there. And more pill bugs. But we can finish them off pretty quickly. So, yeah, I don't want to fight a legion of spiders. But anyway, they have 40 HP, 0 AP. They have the infinite AP bug, possibly because they have 0 AP. They have 40 attack, 20 defense, 20 add to 180 wisdom, 20 experience points, 24 gold. They can drop the DK Kiss at a 7 out of 8 chance, and then life at a 1/8 chance. They have a 13% chance. The DK Kiss is an instant kill item. It's based off your character's wisdom stat, which affects a debuff. So if your debuff is, if your wisdom stat's lower than the enemy's wisdom, then you only have like a, I forgot there's a percentage based on like how low your wisdom is, but if you're below it, it drops it to like 5%. So you have to be above their wisdom to even have a decent chance of it working. So I would just sell those if you get those. Other than that, the Spire can cast poison on your character if it gets the opportunity to. But we didn't get a DK Kiss, so it doesn't really matter. So. And then there's also, an herb there. There's also two type of mushrooms in this one. There's white and yellow, or orangey type of mushrooms. If you step on one that is a bad mushroom like this one, it's poison! And receives damage, but that's all that happens. How much damage did you receive? A bit, actually, but actually not that much. But there are they're good mushrooms. I'll show those off. Gotta fight these guys. Because the E key doesn't finish them off, so. Yeah, it looks like Nina's levels are going or at least her. Ow. Oh, nice. Gained a level for Nina. Yeah, because of her new gear, she goes first now because of her axe stat being higher. Anyway, 3 HP, 7 AP, 1 strength, 2 vigor, 1 agility, and 3 wisdom. Luck 1. And luck up has been learned. It raises your luck stat, I think by 50, if I remember correctly, so you can possibly improve your crits. But like all things, it is kind of random, so I usually don't use that. But anyway, if we check these mushrooms, we can get healed a little bit. All right, so there's a few of these in this dungeon. But it doesn't heal us that much. It's like 1 or 2 points or something like that. Actually, since these guys take a hot minute, maybe we should... Oh, I won't edit them out now, but maybe in the future I will. Because that actually takes a hot minute to go through, so... But, yeah, another good mushroom there. But then the... Yeah, the red mushrooms. Sorry, red mushrooms are good. The whitish, orangey mushrooms are bad. If you do eat the bad mushrooms, be ready for a trip. Anyway, we get an herb behind this tree here. Oh, that guy's... Oh, I didn't... Well, actually... Well, that'd probably be faster anyway. Yeah, Nina, so fast she goes first, and yeah, she is nowhere near the strength of the soldiers there. But she's a magic user. Realistically, I would say... Oh, we get a bandage. Realistically, for Nina, I would never upgrade her weapon, because you're doing something wrong if Nina's... Anyway, it raises your defense by a little bit. You're doing something wrong if you're having Nina attack. Because she will never get the same damage as your frontline fighter. She's meant to do magic. Either magic or use an item to have her attack. So what I would do is I would just give Nina the... I would just give Nina the best rapier in the game that raises her axe stat the highest. And stick with that for the rest of the game. So that way she goes first. Oh, we got an herb. Yeah, no reason... I would say no reason otherwise to do that, so... Now, if you want to leave early, we could go through the left passage there, but we want to grab the rest of the treasures here before, we'll go through this way first. Yeah, it's fast enough to do auto battle to, get through this quickly. And here we get the, wisdom potion. Now, we actually do want to use this on Nina, because wisdom is her thing, so let's go ahead and use that. Yeah, right? Yeah, anything that deal with intelligence or wisdom, you give to Nina. That's her thing. Alright, and at the end of this little section here, we'll get another treasure. Yeah, these creeps and bleeps kind of looks like Clayface from Batman. Oh, another herb. Man, we're getting a lot of herbs. I guess my luck stat is high enough for some of that, or... Because, like I said, the drops for these are pretty low. But, hey, I'll take it. Anyway, get an herb there. One more treasure chest and then we can get out of here. But since we're finishing these guys off in, like, a single turn. Actually, see? Are you strong enough to finish them off like that? Nope. I should have used the E-key. Well, that was unnecessary damage. Oh, well. Yeah, I should use the E-key. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought I'd do enough damage. Remember, spiders are hard to kill, apparently. Just like in real life. No. I actually don't have a phobia of spiders, so I don't mind killing spiders. The only ones I'm worried about are the obvious, like... the obvious dangerous spiders, like black widows and brown recluses. Which I do get them around where I live. But, like with all creatures, spiders are... really just want to be left alone. So as long as you're not actively trying to chase them down, and hopefully you don't... like, stick your foot out while they're just hanging around in their little cubbies or side panels or whatever, you should be fine. It's only when you actively go into their homes or accost them do they actually pose a... like, they'll actually actively attack you, because they're just trying to defend themselves. They just want to be left alone, so... if you look at it like that, you'll have a much better time with those creatures. Nina's critting more often than surprising. Well, I mean, she only slammed once. Really shouldn't be. Like I said, I melee with her just because she can actually take out those pill bugs in one shot, so... if she didn't, I wouldn't mess with it. I would just E-key her. Yeah, too bad Soldier 1's too slow, but... oh well. Yeah, go after Soldier 2. There you go. Yeah, almost out of here. Although there's one more treasure we can get. Yeah, take out the spider. Take this, spider. The power of Earth compels you. With some people with arachnophobia, people don't like spiders. They would open up the Earth just to get rid of a spider. Which I never... well, it's a phobia. I guess it makes... Anyway, we get a agility potion. Save that for Ryu. I never understood the innocent, crazy fear of spiders, but then again, it is a fear, which means you usually don't understand why you're afraid of something because it's a phobia. But most people who don't like spiders just don't like the way they look. They're not actually afraid of the spiders, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It just looks alien, so they don't have a true phobia. True phobias are kind of hard to form. But anyway, we leave the Karma Forest to go into the Karma Tower itself. Now we can fight the boss of this place, so... The wizard. But anyway, let's go this way first, and to get some healing. Thank you for that. Now let's run around and grab some treasure. Yeah, like I said, it only takes a few seconds, so... Although this one is a little bit longer, maybe I should start cutting this particular one out, because I've already shown you all the variations, I believe. So, yeah, we want to go through this dungeon here to grab some of the treasures before we actually go through further into the dungeon. Alright, here we get a M drop, or a magic drop. It heals all your HP. So it's a almost too good to use club. It's like a, not quite mega elixir, but... Okay, we can fight this one up. Yeah, because a mega elixir would heal everything, AP and MP, or AP, sorry. There's no MP in this game, it's action points, but... Sorry, when you get used to certain game mechanics, when someone tries to do something slightly different, it throws you off. But, let's see. Let me go. Yeah, who's this guy? Yeah, we can just... Since we can one-shot the pill bugs. No problem. No HP. Oh well. Alright, let's grab this. Now we got another M drop. Well, thanks, game. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think anything that's 3 or more monsters I'll just cut out just because, but, did we even take any damage from that? No? Alright. Well, who's this guy standing in our way? Go away, nobody's home. What? For boss battle against Morte, or Mort, or Death. I guess it'd be called Death, but we don't want to be obvious about that, so. Alright. So, yeah, we just gotta fight this guy, so nothing we can't handle. Oh, yeah, I guess I should go over his stats really quick, so. Well, let's set up the, let's set up what we want to do, so. Alright, we want to use Fortification on, Soldier 2, since he's most likely going to get attacked. This will make him tank a bit better. I don't know why it says Petrified. You got me on that one, so. Other than that, just attack him and use E key. Since that's the best way to use, and then heal if it really comes down to it with Nina. He's got 120 HP, 0 AP, 64 attack, 55 defense, 54 defense, 25 act. And 20 wisdom, 280 experience points, 200 gold. He can drop an herb at 7 to 8 chance of the life, 2 at 1 to 8 chance. He has a 30% chance of dropping those items. He has elemental fire, water, and light for zombie. What the? Mort became crying? Wait, the death can cry? Huh. No wonder the Final Destination movies are so aggressive. But anyway, his second wind is only 7 HP. And yeah, if a boss ever hits second wind, you automatically finish your turn, no matter what. And he's gone. All right, yeah, became crying. I don't know, just something funny about that. Anyway, he got an herb. Oh, all right. I'd rather have a life too, but okay. But yeah, the first boss of this place. So anyway, drink the water. It's drinking the water. Yeah, with all these guys and the E key, that boss is not as threatening as he could be, you know. I like the little detail of that little rat just kind of, or mouse up there in the corner. I don't know if you could see him just squiggling around. Squeak, 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 squeak. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not talking here. It won't take about 5 seconds to do it, but... Yeah, I like little details when games have stuff like that. Ooh, 7th level for Nina. She gets 3 HP, 5 AP, 2 Vigor, 1 Agility, 3 Wisdom, 3 Luck. And she learns the Attack Up skill, which is similar to the Protein Bar. The only problem is it costs 15 AP to cast, so save it for bosses, obviously. And here we get the Charm. Alright. Let's take a look at that thing. You'll return to normal, so yeah, if you ever get charmed, this will cure your charm, or you know, something like that. A charm to charm, charm, charm. Charmy charm, charm to be. And I just fought a couple of 3 pill bugs there, so, but it was more than 3 enemies, so, or 3 enemies or more, and I decided to cut those out unless... Anyway, another one of them. Anyway, we get another cure there. Could sell it for another 1,000, but I think we could use it at this point. I only sold it just so I could get the helmet for Ryu and save me some time, so. Alright, now we want to go all the way around. You know, the only creature that really can do damage to me is if I get multiple spiders, which just happened. Just happened to happen. Yeah, it's just weird how it occurs like that, but anyway. Yeah, just, like I said, this part's pretty easy just because of the E key. Now, if you didn't know about the E key, then you might be a little hosed. Because, yeah, the game, actually, what does the description say in the key now that I think about it? This has a connection to the God's tier. Yeah, I didn't even tell you it could be used. You just kind of have to hope you've either played RPGs before and you try every item with every item, or you just, you know, kind of just figured it out, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's definitely a little weird, but, oh well, anyway. But I guess maybe that's the reward. That's the reward for just messing with stuff to see if you figured it out, so. I'm trying to remember if I figured that out when I was a kid, if I actually tried the E key, or if I just ran across it randomly. I don't remember now. It's been forever since I played this game the first time. The first time I played this game, I think I was like, see, this came out in 93. I was 11 years old by that point. God, has it been that long since when I first played this game? 11 years old. I think I would have figured out the E key by that point. I mean, I wasn't the smartest kid, but, you know, I did play games kind of, crazily. So, alright, we want to go up here. Yeah, careful. And we want to grab this treasure right here. Yeah, if you move right under those, like, falling areas there, you'll, fall down, multiple holes. So, anyway, we get an herb here. And then we want to drop down here. Alright, then we want to go up here. Now get us a treasure. Yeah, trying to grab all these treasures here. Oh, you know what? I think I missed a treasure. Whoops. Well, no, I think we got it. There it is, haha. Man, we get the Life 2 item there, so. No, I think I did miss an item, I think. Whoops. Well, boo. I knew I forgot something. Yeah, there's that treasure down there. Yeah, let's go back. I might have to cut when I get back. Yeah, I went the wrong direction, so I'll have to fall down the hole. But I'll just cut to when I get back there, so. Yeah, let's fall down here. This will take us all the way back down to the bottom floor. And good thing because I forgot about these treasures too. Yeah, we grab an herb here. And then an herb here as well, so. And this takes us back to this entrance over here, so. Yeah, let me, actually it won't take me that long to get there, so. Yeah, sorry about that. I completely forgot about the other treasure over there. It was on my map too. I was like, you know, I could have just gone straight there, but no. Well, I said it's not a big deal. Besides, I forgot those treasures in the basement anyway, so. Man, it's all in my notes. I've got a second monitor set up here where to make sure I'm like I don't miss that stuff and I missed it. So. Yeah, I play the game on the console and then I use my other monitor for my notes. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier when you have another monitor there to take notes on, or your phone. I used to use my phone, but I finally bit the bullet and just bought like a really cheap monitor. And obviously I had to get another. I'm using 2 computers instead of like, some people use dual monitor setups. I just have a secondary monitor and a secondary computer. But yeah, the reason I have 2 computers though is one is my Frank computer, which I made, and then when I built, and we get a charm here. When I built my second computer, I didn't want to throw away the old one because it still technically worked. I just changed out the processor. Yeah, I just swapped out the processor because it was starting to go really, really slow. Technically, I probably should... Technically, I need to change out the motherboard because it is quite old. But it still works for what it is, and I don't want to pop down... I don't want to pop down, like, you know, $300 for a motherboard that I don't really need, because the computer... My main computer is my rendering computer, and that's the one that's important. The other one is basically just for, like, low... Or for if I do certain emulation games, or... if I want to play like low graphic games or emulation games of older consoles, I'll use the monitor I'm using that I'm looking up information right now. But anyway, all right. Oh yeah, I forgot to go over what Life 2 actually does. Show that off. Everything will return to normal, so it yeah, it returns you to full HP. Like, Life just gives you barely enough HP. Life 2 gives you full HP. And so it's a pretty nice item, so. Alright. Let's keep going. See, I think yeah, then we want to drop down this one here. And then I think we want to drop, or go down this way to fight the boss of this area, or another boss anyway. Yeah, there you are, you jerk. I already grabbed this one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I was trying to remember if I grabbed that already, so. Alright, are you Mort's older cousin? Shamil? My brother was watching the gate. What did you do to him? I killed him. Literally, for boss battle against Mortea? What? Death? Like female death or something? I'm not sure on this one. Anyway, Mortea basically just wanted to do the same thing as before. Hit with everyone, and then Nina fortify Soldier 2. Mortea has 230 HP, 0 AP, 90 attack, 64 defense, 25 act, 20 wisdom, 280 experience points, and 200 gold. And just do the same as before. Use E key on him. Drop rate preserved at a 7 to 8 chance, and Life 2 at a 1 to 8 chance. Ow. Drop rate is 13%, and property is the enemy's fire, water, and light. So, alright. And just keep... Don't really need a heal, but the thing, because the reason is if you use a healing item, it has whatever priority the character's agility is. But in this game, the cure spells actually have the highest priority, so they'll always go first. So yeah, just cure Soldier 2. If you get down to a certain level, yeah. So basically, as long as we can cure, we can just cure whenever we want. We don't have to worry about like certain turns. So I like the fact that healing is a high priority status. Yeah, too bad the guys here aren't going to do a ton of damage. Really, it's if you didn't have the E key or didn't realize you could use the E key, this would take a while. But luckily I know of the E key, so yeah, just keep attacking, keep curing with Nina. I guess I could have used attack up, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh dear. Well, there you go. I forgot he does so much damage, but that's fine. He's almost dead anyway. Seems all right. All right, if you're about to die. But anyway, 28 HP is what his second wind is. So, and there he goes. All right. And that's it? Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't drop anything. Oh well. Yeah, he's stunned, which is what happens when you get knocked out. But I don't really want to life him because there's no reason to. You'll know why in a minute. So we'll just leave him. We'll leave him to his own devices. So just stay where you are, man. It's okay. What's this? Oh, hello. What the? Oh, interesting. Little bridge here. All right. Oh dear. Can we get back? Let's go up here. Oh, there's some girls over there. But let's go ahead and drink the clean water. And then let's save it. Yeah, apparently the dragon god talks to Winlandians too. Who knew? He's an all-encompassing god. And here's the opening. Ah, nothing here though. Yeah. Open area, huh? Nah, it's probably not important. I wouldn't worry about it. And if we open up this gate here, we can just turn back on the switch there. Oh yeah, they say something when you. Oh, I should have talked to them before that. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you later. Be careful. Looking for remedy? You'll find it downstairs. If you talk to them before you step on that, she says the only way to move the bridge is to step on the tiles there, and they all say the same thing. So, all right, we've saved these girls, so you can get back to town, but we've still got a job to do. Do you automatically leave? Yep, you leave already. Yeah, we saved the girls, so they're the ones from Romero. And here we get another chest, a cure. All right. Yeah, looks like we're going deeper into this dungeon here. Well, the wizard shouldn't be too far off. We've taken all his minions. How hard could this guy be? Yeah, he can raise zombies and stuff, but there he is. Remember, remedy should be in this room. Let's find and get out of here. Oh, yeah, we're just here on a mission for the remedy. That's right. What the? Where are my specimens? Who let them loose? I can't let the wizard use people for his experiments. Oh, dear. That was like more like a lich than a wizard. I mean, technically the lich is a wizard that gave up his life for undeath. Some unexpected visitors. Your arrival is very timely. Uh-oh. What the? He threw some gas in our face. Gas. It's the xenon gas. It will drain your energy. That's right, bird. Your powers are useless. For boss time against the wizard. All right, we can... Oh! This ain't good. Holy crap. We're in danger. Princess Nina and her soldiers will soon collapse. We can fight him. Oh. Oh, dear. Yeah, this guy has infinite health. Princess Nina and her soldiers will soon collapse. Yeah, there's nothing we could do. It's scripted, so we are doomed to fail. Yeah, they'll soon collapse. Oh boy. How long could this last? I'll distract the wizard. Please, go get help. Will Nina be able to distract the wizard? Can the knights find some actual help? Is there a poor boy sleeping that needs something to do? Can we survive? Find out next time in the next episode of Breath of Fire. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.